What's up, YouTube? It's Antonisha back at you with the video that I promised you guys in the previous video. Today this video is gonna be about how I lost 60 pounds in 5 months. You know, this video makes me feel very good. The fact that I can make this video. So, you know, not too long ago, some months ago, I was over 200 pounds, very uncomfortable with myself. You couldn't get me to take a picture. Now I can't stay out of the camera, out of the mirror, as it should be. But I'm not gonna, go too deep into that in this video. I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you guys how I lost the weight, what method I used to lose the weight. So I lost 60 pounds. Before I started this journey, I was over, a little bit over 200 pounds, and I'm currently 144 pounds. You teeter back and forth here and there, but on average, whatever. When I weigh myself, I'm 144 pounds. It took me 5 months to lose this weight, and I have been maintaining it for about 3 months or so. I use intermittent fasting as my method. I barely exercise. I'm gonna say I never exercise, but I do work 8 hours on my feet constantly, nonstop. So I'm not being a complete lazy person, and just depending on a diet to lose weight, which is nothing is wrong with that, because some people that want to lose weight may not be able to do physical activity. In this video and this method, it's all over YouTube. This is the way that I found out myself can help people that can't do that physical activity because they have certain health problems or whatever the case may be. So I work 6 days a week. I work 8 hours a day on my feet, constantly moving back and forth. So that is some physical activity, but I wasn't in a gym like getting it to lose the weight. So my main 99% of me losing this weight was intermittent fasting. If you ask me, I swear by it, because if you can see, I'm a living physical proof that it works. Not saying that it works for everybody, because what works for me may not work for you, and vice versa. So I did intermittent fasting. My method was 16 and 8. Sometimes I would do, like 18-6, or at the very end, when I was getting down to those, when you get to the last 10 pounds, it's like, all right, now you want to be stubborn. These last 10 pounds don't want to come off. I did 20 and 4, along with the intermittent fasting. Now you can't just go, okay, I got 16 hours to fast, 8 hours. I got an 8-hour window to eat. I'm gonna eat all the food, whatever I want to eat, how much I want to eat, and you're gonna lose the weight. That's not how it works. Along with the intermittent fasting, you also have to put yourself into a caloric deficit. Anybody that's trying to lose weight, anybody that's trying to get in shape or whatever the case may be, majority of the time, you have to eat less. You can't eat as much as you used to. So I put myself on a caloric deficit, and I did that using MyFitnessPal. If you use MyFitnessPal, this is a very good app. I also swear by this app. You can you get to log your food, your water intake, your exercise intake. You can even connect it to your phone, and or if you have a pedometer or something like that, it'll count your steps, and it'll kind of input the exercise for you. So physical activity was not really a part of my day besides me working 8 hours a day. And I know it's no excuse as to why you can't get out and do a little something, but after working 8 hours on your feet constantly, then I have to come home to my daughter. I have a 2-year-old. That's another job in itself. I sometimes, every day I didn't find the time. I come home, I would play with my daughter. I would, feed her, do this and do that. And then, by the time I do find some free time, I'm trying to take a nap. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to take a nap. So, no, I didn't ever find time to fit exercise in or anything like that. It is what it is. So I'm going to talk about before when I was overweight, because I was very, very overweight. I'm only 5'2", so 200 plus pounds does not look good on me. I was very depressed. I was very insecure. I didn't want to go shopping for clothes. Majority of the time I wore sweatpants and a big t-shirt and sneakers. I never wanted to dress up. I never wanted to take pictures, not with my boyfriend, not with my daughter, not as a family. And as a family pictures, he would always want us to take pictures together, but I would never want to take pictures because I was so overweight. And I did not want to look at myself looking like that. Because I gained majority of this weight. So I have a 2-year-old. So when I was 19 years old, I fell pregnant. I got pregnant. Before I had her, I was probably like 150 pounds. So I'm a thick girl. I got meat on my bones, whatever the case may be. I was comfortable with myself. I got pregnant and I gained so much weight. I gained a lot of weight when I was pregnant. So I was about 150 before I was pregnant. After I was pregnant, I probably weighed, they do once you go to the doctor, they check for postpartum, whatever, they check you and all that kind of stuff. I was probably like 170 something pounds. So I had gained about 20 something, 30 pounds during my pregnancy. Not too much. But it was after I had her that I packed on the rest of the weight. We ate out all the time. I wasn't working. I was home after I had her. So I would eat, sleep, basically on the same schedule that my newborn was on. Eat, sleep. And those pounds packed on. And I would see pictures of myself and be so disgusted. I would look at myself in the mirror every day and feel so disgusted with myself. And I would always talk about how I needed to change it, how things gotta change. But I would never do anything to change anything. And, 1 month I was on a consistent exercise, eating good plan for a month, and it didn't work. It didn't work for me. I was barely losing any weight. And then at that point, I had gave up on myself. And for some reason, after trying to lose weight and, doing exercise and eating right and then falling back into bad habits, it's like you pack on double the amount of weight. So after I did that, I've lost a few pounds, but I'll never know how much I actually lost because I never gained the courage to step on a scale. I told myself that I would get on the scale when I feel like my appearance I feel better about my appearance, and then I would step on the scale. And I never got to that point, so I never stepped on the scale. And you know, it was horrible. It was absolutely horrible. But now, I would say, okay, so my daughter turned 2 years old December of last year. So December 2016, my daughter turned 2 years old. And in the month of March, I want to say, and like March, I had realized that my work pants started getting real big, and my man was telling me, like, you looking like you losing some weight or whatever like that. And I'm like, really? Like, and at this point, I had been working at my job for 9 months, something like that. So I had been working at my job for 9 months. And even with that physical activity, I work at Dunkin' Donuts. So even though I was working and I was moving 8 hours a day or whatever, more than I was before when I had, when I wasn't working, I was eating all the donuts. I was eating donuts, drinking 2 coffees, eating breakfast sandwiches, all that. So the physical activity was being canceled out by all the donuts and munchkins and all that I was eating. So then I was in Walmart one day, and they had the little scale thingy, blood pressure thing that you sit down. And I sat down on it, and I'm like, I know I'm finna be well over 200 pounds. I already know it. I don't even know why I'm doing this to myself. So the thing is, like, getting ready to tell me my weight, but and then 170 something pounds popped up, and I'm like, 107. When did I lose all this weight? Like, how did I? What am I doing to lose all this weight? So I have not been eating. I wasn't eating as much as I used to, and I honestly feel like it was a mental thing that I mentally started doing. Like, I mentally, in my brain, started making myself eat less because I was so miserable. It was to the point where I was not enjoying food anymore. I just felt like it was an enemy to me. It's kind of one of those love-hate relationship things that I had with food. Like, I loved it because it tastes so good, but I hated it because it just kept making me fat. So I had a love-hate relationship. So I think mentally I started making myself eat less. And I would go to work in the morning, I would eat at work, and then I would come home from work, and I would, snack a little bit, and then I would not eat for the rest of the day. And so one day I was watching a video on on Facebook with Terry Crews talking about intermittent fasting. How he been doing intermittent fasting for so many years, blah, 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 blase, blase. So I decided to take that video and look more information up on YouTube. And I found a plethora of videos. And this is, I did a good amount of research and what was best for myself and whatnot. And I know a lot of the time people say, it's not an overnight thing, change. It's not just gonna happen overnight. No, you're not gonna just lose all your weight, overnight. You're not gonna start just losing weight overnight. But I'm gonna tell you one thing. After I did my research and I said, I'm doing this, I got my method down, I got my 16 and 8, I got my caloric deficit, how many calories I'm gonna eat during the day, and overnight, I changed that thing, and I instantly, within a month, start seeing the weight fall off. My clothes I went shopping like a few months before, like when I had realized that I started losing a little bit of weight, losing somewhat of, of my weight. I, went shopping for clothes or whatever, because I was like, okay, I'm losing weight or whatever, I can, you know, enjoy myself or whatever like that. So I went shopping, and then I started losing weight. My clothes started getting bigger, so all these clothes that I bought, they're still in my closet right now. Like, I can't wear most of the clothes that's in my closet because I've been losing so much weight constantly. You know, I just started dropping the weight, and my goal weight has always been 145. I don't know why, it's just a number. So I reached that. I hit 144, and you know, I pushed my calories back up. I still kind of intermittent fast, I would say, but not in a major way like I did with my 16 and 8. So like, I would wake up, I wouldn't eat breakfast in the morning. I would go to work, not eat, and then I would come home, and at 2:00 p.m. is when I would have my first meal. So I would eat my lunch. I would have my lunch, and then between 2 p.m. and 8 p.m. is when I would, you know, intake all the calories that I was supposed to be eating for the day. And that's how I would do it every day. So, you know, would I recommend this method to people? I absolutely would. I have people coming to my job all the time like, you've lost a lot of weight. Are you losing weight? Like, are you losing weight? And I'm like, yeah, I'm losing weight. And they ask me how I'm doing it. And this is how I'm doing it. I intermittent fast. I would definitely recommend this method to anybody out there, especially if you're somebody that, you know, feel like you can't fit exercise into your schedule, feel like you don't, you know, if you have physical problems like you can't exercise, I would recommend intermittent fasting to anybody. I would definitely recommend it to any and everybody. I'm not saying that just because I'm recommending it to you that it's gonna work for you. It's not gonna. Sometimes, you know, like I said before, what works for you may not work for me, and what works for me may not work for you. But there are a lot of people, if you look up on YouTube, that are intermittent fasting. It's kind of like a fad thing going on right now, and it works. I lost 60 pounds intermittent fasting in only 5 months. And I'm not gonna say in the beginning it was not the easiest thing. No, it was not. But once you get set into that schedule and you see those results working, it's gonna be easy as a piece of cake. And you know, if you have any questions about, you know, because I didn't go deep into details, I just basically telling you guys how I lost the weight. But if you guys want me to do a more detailed video on exactly, you know, how I did the intermittent fasting, what kind of things I would eat during my fasting, and, you know, get deep into more details, just let me know. Suggestions down in the comment section. Like this video, subscribe to my channel, and let me know what you guys think. Peace.